Last video, I spoke about an ImAllexx allegation that was recently surfacing on the internet. At the time of recording that video, not much was known about the situation apart from a few comments and a bit of confirmation in those said comments, but there wasn't much, but the allegation was of abuse. After my video dropped, I got in contact with some people that knew ImAllexx and also Alice, where Alice eventually ended up telling me that this situation was being sorted out officially. Since then, things have been relatively quiet aside from content creators making streams and videos about the situation. However, today, Alice came out with a Google Drive. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at this Google Drive and what's in it. However, it's important to note at the time of recording, ImAllexx has not made an official response. This is a sensitive subject for me, as I've struggled to figure out how to put it into words. I've been threatened by Alex to not come out with anything at all and keep quiet, or he would create a contradicting story to discredit my own, but I'm not scared anymore. No matter what is said in response to this statement, I know I've said my piece and can move on with my life. I made this document as a compilation of my experiences whilst being with Alex, and I put screenshots of these accounts under the corresponding paragraphs. This will be a long one, as I want to start from the beginning so you can understand the full story and heavy burden this has been on me. We had known each other for years before we interacted and were seeing each other for a few months before anything was official. We started officially dating on March 17, 2023, giving each other 100% of our attention, time and effort with no argument. After that, time passed and small things became huge issues which were over Discord at first. Alex felt that because I am home all day and work from home that I could be able to call 24/7 and completely shut out any social interactions out with my friends. To avoid that, I invited him into my groups and stopped working as much. These small arguments worsened to the point where he would turn on his camera and start shouting at me on call. He's gone as far to tell me to self-harm at this point after I told him about my history prior. This would be accompanied with multiple horrible messages calling me a whore, bitch and slimy. He would also tell me that I caused arguments as an excuse for me to leave him. Underneath this first statement, there is 82 pages of screenshots of messages and other accompanying images. There is an insane amount of screenshots here and I highly recommend that if you want to go read these in full, that you go and check out the Google Drive for yourself. This will be linked down below and also in the comments. The messages shown here portray a pretty abusive and toxic relationship between Alice and Alex. After screaming at me in calls and disregarding everything I've ever said, he would explain how it was always my fault, that I should apologize, that I should fix it and fight for him after he has made it worse by completely dehumanizing and degrading me. I would get breakup threats because I interacted with my followers' tweets, which I would then apologize for after he made it very clear he was upset but demands more from me. This would be followed by him continuing to call me a bitch and threatening, I'm going to refollow everyone I unfollowed for you if you're going to be like that. Which, by the way, found him later on he was still interacting with many people he had old relations with and found him stalking his ex with her old nudes in his phone. Attached to messages that back up this. This is how the majority of the statement Google Drive part is. It will say something about their relationship and back it up with images and screenshots to provide. Alice here through the messages, the receipts and what she's saying paints a pretty manipulative and abusive picture. For a lot of this, it's a pretty dark read. Alice talks about how Alex would threaten violence towards the cat and even Alice. There are messages where he tells Alice that he's going to kill her and that he's going to break her neck. Some other days he would scream in my face telling me to end my life multiple times. In arguments over small things he would walk away and then come back angry as if he could leave without screaming, having me back down and be silent until I broke down. This evolved to the point where I'd be shaking and scared for my life every time he came close, was in the same room as me whilst arguing. He still blamed me for our arguments and to get back at me he started with petty small things, like breaking my glasses without me knowing and throwing them away in the trash. He even helped me go look for them, pretending he was innocent, until I finally suspected he did indeed throw them away and he laughed whilst I'm doing so, acting like it wasn't a big deal. I ended up feeling detached from reality because I woke up depressed daily. Sometimes I just didn't want to be near him or be intimate with him. This would spark arguments and he would get angry at me for still being upset over something he had done a day or a few days before. I was so disgusted by him and his action towards me. I didn't want him to be even near my own cat, calling him his when he wasn't, making shitty jokes about taking the cat away from me. This would always just end up me picking up Bear and leaving the room. He ended up being so secretive over his phone, so what I discovered was him stalking his ex on all social media platforms, and found her old NSFW pictures he had kept on her. The Google Drive is filled with stories like this, of Alex being incredibly manipulative, being secretive, and being horrible to her, shouting her, calling her names, and belittling her, and also manipulating her quite severely. I think it's important to know that at the time of recording, Alex hasn't come out with any of his own screenshots or even his side of the story. We know you have stuff that Alice has given us from the Google Drive. Not to discredit Alice in any way, but we still haven't got anything from Alex. This Google Drive puts Alex in a very manipulative light, showing him to be someone who would put down Alice, say something disgusting and do something disgusting before doubling down, apologizing, expecting forgiveness, and doing everything over and over again. Like I stated towards the beginning of the video, I'd highly implore people to go and check this Google Drive out, skim through the messages yourself, and see what kind of person Alex was in the relationship. But in this Google Drive, not only was this massive statement attached with 82 pages worth of screenshots, but we also got several video and audio clips. I'm going to be playing the majority of these in full and then explaining the 2 longer ones. In clip 1, Alex threatens to do violent stuff towards Alice. It doesn't come off as a joke and more of a genuine angry outburst.
It's generally because you're just fucking brain dead.
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the, maybe...
Offensive.
Okay. I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take this fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is... Just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend
You're
would do.
acting
Go,
like
I
this
didn't
is all
mean
just
it.
me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this.
This gives a good insight into how Alex acted in the relationship and also backs up some of the stuff that Alex was saying in the messages previously, showing that these screenshots of the DMs were most likely not altered or doctored in any kind of way. In clip 2, he says something that he says in messages quite a lot, where he tries to dehumanize Alice by calling her a dog and other vile things. This yet again backs up the messages that were provided, and people have pointed out that even if you're angry, this is not how you react in a proper healthy relationship. There's another clip of Alex where he's just rambling, but to be honest, this isn't the most important clip out of all of them.
Like massive issues there, and you think you can just fucking ignore them because like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know. Your boyfriend's a fucking famous internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because he has to keep his circle small. Because you might not have anything to fucking lose, because your life might be down the fucking drain, but I still have quite a lot that I would like to fucking give.
So far, this Google Drive has shown Alex as a pretty violent person who has severe outbursts. We've seen also in this Google Drive, something that I haven't mentioned before, that Alex is also pretty dismissive. He was dismissive of Alice's essay, and he just comes across as a complete and utter dick. There is one clip titled "Follow Me After He Kicked Me," where Alice is filming herself after Alex allegedly kicked her.
It's like, and then you look like a fucking miserable fucking little cunt all the time. Like, your face is annoying to look at, like when I come downstairs. Like, I'm actually fed up of looking at you, which is why I sleep downstairs, because I don't want to have to go upstairs and, oh, you're taking all the covers. It's like, fucking woman, just like fucking ask me to buy another one or stop fucking complaining. Like, nothing, the thing is, it annoys me, nothing needs to be an argument because everything is fixable. Buy a new duvet, I sleep downstairs. But no, you've always got to act like none of this stuff, because you don't actually try and fix any of your fucking problems. Like, it's infuriating at this point. Like earlier, you're miserable about something that hits. All you have to do is say what it is and it's fixed. It's fine. You don't like, you don't clean up after yourself. Nigga, neither do you. So, leave it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't go around fucking complaining about everything that you don't clean up after. Why? Because you don't look about it in your fucking little small brain. You don't even want us to pay for any of it. So, who really fucking cares what you have to say? And what does it even fucking matter?
From this, we hear Alex use the N-word towards Alice, speak down to her in a pretty disgusting, disrespectful manner. We also kind of hear that Alex is an absolute slob and also a displeasure to live with. Later, Alex made another woman remark where Alice responded, and Alex got pretty aggressive, and you could hear a bang in the background. The final clip is a very long 24-minute voice note, and for obvious reasons, I won't be playing it in full here, but the gist of it is Alex apologizing for his disgusting behavior towards Alice. He's breaking down in tears, he even stubs his toe at one point, and that's the very much gist of this incredibly long audio message.
She doesn't want the cat to be attached to me because she probably wants to leave. And I felt that at the time, and instead of doing anything about it, I just fucking moped and sulked like a fucking child. I'm sorry for getting emotional. I'm just really angry at myself. Because you were the best. And I was the fucking... oh God. But you were... you know. And even all the way back to when you said that stuff about the bipolar disorder. and I was mean. I read that text the other day, and I'm so angry. Like, why was I like that to you?
Again, I implore people to go and look at the Google Drive in full, read those messages, listen to the audio and videos, because it is very telling. Alex is very manipulative and comes off that way in this Google Drive. Even the several times Alex apologizes, he always finds a way to guilt trip Alice, putting some of the blame onto her. I should also say that again, we haven't seen Alex's side, and I think it's important to wait for Alex's side as well. But this is pretty damning as well. There is just an insane amount of receipts here, video calls, screenshots, screen recordings, and photos. There is a large amount that, again, I highly recommend people check out. But also, Alex has got his work cut out to respond, if he does at all. And a lot of people are wondering how good his response will be.